the FIA are going to do something that isn't controversial or want to just get filed straight into the what to Christ are you lot on category of things, but this isn't that time. Like, you came as bad when what they did can achieve the impossible of getting F1 Twitter to agree. The latest thing they've done? Well, I'm sure everybody's seen it, and I want to give my two thoughts on it. It seems like the already wildly unpopular FIA president Mohammed bin Sulayem has doubled down on the swearing thing, with this change to the International Sporting Code that came out last week as Hamilton was having his first days in Maranello as a Ferrari driver. Let me read you through what this says. Article 12.2.1.f. Any words, deeds, or writings that have caused moral injury or loss to the FIA, its bodies, its members, or its executive officers, and more generally on the interest of motorsport and on the values defended by the FIA. First offence, €10,000. Second offence in a 2-year period, €20,000 plus a suspended 1-month suspension. Third offence in a 2-year period, €30,000 plus a 1-month suspension plus deduction of championship points. Article 12.2.1.l. Any misconduct. This article from the race says misconduct is to be understood in particular but not limited to as the general use of language that is offensive, insulting, coarse, rude, or abusive, an act of assaulting and incitement to acts that fall in either of the two previous categories. I got there in the end. Anyway, punishments are the same as 12.2.1.n. Article 12.2.1.n. Any public incitement to violence or hatred. Same punishment for the offences as already stated. Article 12.2.1.0. The general making and displaying of political, religious, and personal statements or comments notably in violation of the general principle of neutrality promoted by the FIA under its statutes unless previously proved in writing by the FIA for international competitions or by the relevant ASN for international competitions within their jurisdiction. Punishments are the same as before, but with the addition of the requirement for a public apology and repudiation of comments. And the fines may be suspended for the first offence. Finally, Article 12.2.1.p. Failure to comply with the instructions of the FIA regarding the appointment and participation of persons during official ceremonies at any competition counting towards an FIA championship. First offence, €15,000. Second offence, €30,000 plus suspension of access to reserved areas of the event for next event. Third offence, €45,000 plus suspension of access to reserved areas of event for 6 months plus deduction of championship points. However, you can multiply those fines by 4 because there is, according to the aforementioned article for the race, a multiplier for the fines based on the competition level, and for F1 is multiplied by 4. So it's actually 40,000, 80,000, 120,000, 60,000, 120,000, and 180,000. So basically, if you swear like in the press conference or something like 3 times in a 2-year period, you're on one hell of a fine plus a 1-month suspension plus you lose championship points. Yeah, this is fucking ridiculous. Imagine losing championship points because you dropped a couple of swear words or did or said something that the FIA deemed misconduct. Now, of course, if someone says or does something that is really, really bad, that is a completely different matter. But just generally, like, just dropping a couple swear words. We're talking about grown-ass adults here. Grown-ass adults who, while safety is very, very high, you know, they still risk their lives to do what they love and to put on the sport we all love to watch, which is motorsport. Adrenaline runs high in sports. Something Sulayem should know because he was once a racing driver himself. And like, I'm sure swearing isn't just unique to motor racing. You know, in football or tennis or American football, rugby, you name it. And honestly, of all the things that the FA could want to double down on, why swearing? Like, we all swear, as I was saying, or well, most of us anyway. You get cut off in traffic or ever stubbed your toe, you are uttering every swear word under the sun, plus a few words you invented out of nowhere, and in the words of British comedian Russell Howard, you're also maybe doing a slightly racist Chinese impression. Or ever done DIY at him, chances are it has not happened without a bit of blue air, especially if you're for the UK. It's quite frankly human nature, in my opinion at least, to drop a swear word or two when you get frustrated. And it should just be said, if Sulayem doesn't want swearing to be broadcast, then just tell the TV people to no fucking broadcast it. Simple! Now, as of the recording of this, and according to this article for the BBC, the GPDA hasn't made a comment on this yet, but apparently a source close to one top driver told BBC Sport the move was ridiculous, adding, "He acts like a dictator." Now, doesn't it say what? Doesn't it even say this top driver was an F1 driver? But why does that sound like something Max would say? I mean, come on, the man does not shy away with speaking his mind. He calls a spade, but surely the GPDA will say or do something sooner or later. because this seems far too extreme. It seems to me like a step too far. Like I said, if someone says something like really, really bad, that's a different matter. But this seems a bit too far. I've seen people say this on Twitter, and I agree. It's really now a case of how long will it be until we get another South Africa 82 situation. For those who didn't ken, the basics are the drivers went on a driver strike and camped out in a conference room at the 1982 South African GP over something to do with super licenses or contracts with the FIA, which was the FIA at the time. Because, like, basically ruining someone's entire season over, well, saying something wrong or like swearing a few times in a two-year period. Nah, that's ridiculous. This is not going down well with anybody so far, and rightfully so. Because I mean, let's be real. You get less of a punishment for accumulating 12 penalty points. And it seems like this wasn't even popular within the FIA. Multiple sources have told BBC Sport that a lot of people at the FIA were against the move. One source said it was pushed through on a snap e-vote and with no consultation with other stakeholders or the GPDA or the FIA's own drivers' commission. Another said it was not right to act in this way and questioned why it could not have been scheduled for discussion at the next meeting of the World Motorsport Council. Yeah, honestly, just talk about an explosive way to welcome F1 back after the winter break. In the span of about 3 days last week, we had all eyes on Ferrari and then this. Welcome back, F1. Oh, and just to note on this all not going down well, Mohammed Ben Salem was already unpopular. This will not be helping Yun at all. And 2025 is an FIA president election year. So perhaps it ain't the best time to be doing things that are gonna be unpopular amongst everyone. And it goes without saying that when we all said that, you know, we kind of wanted the FIA to kind of get their shit together with penalties and just get their shit together in general, this ain't what we meant. Because of all the things to go after, everyone swears. Let's be real, everyone or most of us swear. But we'll have to see if anything happens with this, if these are even what gets enforced when someone does do something that fits the aforementioned offenses. But what's people's thoughts on this whole thing? Let me get them down in the comments below. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new around here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.